Hello, I'm Larry Coburn. I'm your instructor for Leadership 510, Wisdom, Faith, and Service, and the Master of Arts in Leadership program at NCU. I just want to introduce myself briefly, just a few random facts about myself. I was born and raised in Oregon, not far from Eugene. I was married in 1981 to my wife Paula. We have two wonderful sons who are grown and married now on their own. Both NCU graduates. We're quite proud of them. I received a bachelor's degree in accounting from the University of Oregon in 1980 and a master's degree in ministry from Pepperdine University in 1990. In 1981, I went to work for a little sports shoe and apparel company called Nike, and worked there for 27 years in various roles and capacities, mostly operations kinds of things. Some of that time I spent overseas, and in 2008 I found myself in Vietnam working on Nike's lean manufacturing initiative, directing a school actually for contract factories to come and learn how to do things differently, and realized it was time to unplug from all that corporate stuff and get back here to Eugene, take care of aging parents. And so we did that. Since 2008, I've been consulting, and for the last couple of years, I've been doing some adjunct teaching with NCU. And I'm excited to be the program coordinator for this new Master of Arts in Leadership program. And as such, I'm excited also to teach this course on wisdom, faith, and service. I think leadership's really, really important. I became intrigued with leadership while consulting with various organizations on process improvement. And what I found was that what really made the difference in the long term for organizations trying to adopt things like lean manufacturing, process improvement of any kind, was the leadership, the attitude of leadership, the behavior of leadership, the modeling of leadership. At first it was hard to put my finger on what it was about leadership, but certainly resonating with me is a statement made by John C. Maxwell, a very prolific author on the topic of leadership. If you haven't read anything by Maxwell, you should at least read something that he's written, and that's not hard to find. But he said everything rises and falls on leadership. And you might not agree, I'm not sure I do, that everything rises and falls on leadership, but certainly a lot of things rise and fall on leadership in my experience. And so it's a very important topic. This course, Leadership 510, Wisdom, Faith, and Service, is a chance for us to reflect theologically about leadership. And I want to emphasize this is a course that assumes you're from any one of four concentration areas. This is a core course in our program. So you might be a business leader, you might be a nonprofit leader, you might be a church leader, you might be an education leader, you might be a leader of some kind that doesn't fall into one of those four categories. I don't know, but we can all benefit. It's our belief we can all benefit from reflecting theologically on leadership. So I just talked briefly about our textbooks. The first one, Reviewing Leadership. It's reviewing leadership and evaluating current approaches from a Christian perspective. It's not pushing a particular point of view. It certainly looks at things that are not from a Christian source, some that are, some that aren't, but looks at them theologically. So this is very much in the spirit of what we're trying to do in the course. And I hope you'll find this reading enriching, thought-provoking, and helping you reflect on what you think leadership is, how leadership works, and who you are ultimately as a leader. But it's an academic book. It's going to stretch you if you haven't been reading academic things in a while. I hope you don't find it overwhelming, but challenging, interesting, and thought-provoking. We follow that up about halfway through the course with a little book called Leadership as an Art. Much, much easier to read. I know you'll have it electronically, but when you look at it in print, quite different than the dense academic book that we'll start with. Max is promoting a particular point of view, and so it may challenge your own point of view. You don't have to agree with it in order to pass the course. I want you be sure about that. What I'm interested in is your reflections, reflecting in this course theologically, and as we say through the whole program, reflecting and trying to find and evolve and hone your own definition of leadership, your own leadership theory, and your sense of who you are as a leader. Then we'll spend the back half of this 8 weeks really with the Bible as our text. We're going to look at Moses, we're going to look at Jesus, we'll look at wisdom literature, and we'll look at the book of Judges, which is like a smorgasbord of leaders in a bunch of short stories of leaders who are appointed to address particular situations in the nation of Israel. And so I think there's a lot we can learn from that. Those of you in the church leadership concentration, you'll get a much deeper dive into biblical leadership in your course with that topic in your concentration. But in this course, reflecting theologically, we want to look at what we can all take away from Scripture and from reflecting from a Christian point of view, from a theological point of view about this important topic of leadership. So I just encourage you to dive in, to try to keep up. If you have any problems, concerns, difficulties, please reach out to me. I'm here to add value to you, to help you along the way, to learn with you and from you, as well as to guide your learning. So don't hesitate to do that, and I just look forward to our time together. And thanks for being with us for leadership, wisdom, faith, and service.